President of ATM mentioned 5 key pillars that they will be leading and using to govern should they win in the municipalities. Talk to me about what these 5 pillars essentially are.
Yes, good afternoon. The president of the ATM did speak about 5 pillars, but I think what was at the core of the message that the president was laying here was that the people of this municipality need good governance, and some of the things that he mentioned is that they need to look into the issue of corruption. He mentioned that also the issue of infrastructure that is dilapidated that they need to look into, but also saying that they need also to look into the issue of insourcing and outsourcing, where there are jobs that are not even supposed to be done through tendering that can be done at a municipal level. But with me, I do have the president himself, who's going to outline exactly what is it that he was saying when he was outlining the issues outside. President, good afternoon and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
President, what are some of the issues that you think are very important in this manifesto, and do you think maybe your people did take your people into confidence in terms of that?
One of the most important things is, number one, there needs to be accountable, corrupt-free municipalities, because you need the government to work, and at a local government, the government is the municipality. So we need to get rid of corruption, and we need to balance tendering as well as insourcing. For capital projects, we need to have tenders. However, for operational maintenance projects, we need to insource so that there is staff in the respective municipalities that is able to provide support. That is the second thing. Now, we also need to make sure that the LED is able to be prioritized so that there is local economic development. Because if there is local economic development, we are going to be able to deal with the issues of a high rate of unemployment. What we are saying practically is that there must be factories opened in each and every locality, each and every district, in the sense that it can't be that our economies is dependent on Joburg, Durban or Cape Town, whereas there is a retail economy in Port St. John's or in OR Tambo that should benefit the people of OR Tambo. It can't be that we're going to depend on importing even the most basic goods, and we are going to import goods that we are using on a daily basis. Whereas there is capacity, there is infrastructure, there is a market for those goods to actually reach the people. And lastly, what we're saying is that we need to make sure that we are able to provide decent housing for the people closer to the places of economic activity. A person can't stay 60, 70 kilometers away from the place whereby he lives in. What we're saying as the ATM is that the hijacked and deserted buildings in the CBDs must be expropriated for public good, so that people are able to live closer to the places of economic activity.
Yes, President, I've heard you, because you said a mouthful in terms of that, but do you think all of this is achievable at a local level?
Definitely, it is definitely achievable, because there is a market. If you are talking about, for example, the issue of producing the basic goods, there's already a market, because you find that each and every day people are buying bread, people are buying soap, people are buying all of these basic goods. The only problem is that government or the municipalities are not attracting investment so that these basic goods are produced. I actually spoke to one of the owners of an energy drink, asking him if a municipality were to say, open your firm or your factory in a particular area, would you take that challenge? And he said yes, he would be more than willing to take that challenge, because the money is there, the investment is there. However, we've got a problem of a government that does not have ideas, or that is not genuine about creating employment for the people. And as the ATM, what we're saying is that the economies of respective localities must benefit the people in those respective localities.
Mr. Zungula, we understand that ATM is a faith-based movement, and in politics there are issues that are controversial, such as abortion, such as a death penalty. What do you have to say in terms of that?
What we're saying, the ATM, it being a faith-based organization, means there are values faith-based values. And these faith-based values, whether you believe in God or you believe in Allah or you do not believe in God at all, but when it comes to peace, each and every person subscribes or ought to subscribe to the value of peace, value of Ubuntu, value of unity, etc., etc. What we're saying, Tina, as the ATM, on the issue of the death penalty, what we're saying, it can't be that you got repeat offenders, murderers who kill people repeatedly, and there is no heavy punishment for them. Because a person who kills a person, goes to jail, comes out and kills again, that person is clearly stated they do not want to live with other people. That is why we are saying there must be death penalty for such people. As the ATM, we are cognizant that there are different religions, different belief systems in our country. That is why we base everything on a value system instead of subscribing to a particular religion, because not everyone subscribes to one religion in our country. But however, on a value basis, each and every South African, they should subscribe to the values of peace, Ubuntu, servant leadership and accountability.
President, last week we met you in East London, and then we saw you getting some support from the APC. And APC is talking to the issue of ward-based budgeting. What do you have to say about that issue?
It's something that definitely should be looked at so that the people do get to benefit from those wards. There needs to be development. However, it needs to be balanced to make sure that the interest of the greater municipalities does get to be managed that's get to be managed as well with the ward-based budgeting.
And then lastly, you spoke about political parties coming together, working together besides this thing of fighting. And then between you and the ATM, is there maybe a future coalition?
Look, already as the ATM, we have an alliance that we are so proud to have with the African People's Convention, which is the APC. We've got an alliance that is sitting already, and in the municipalities whereby the APC and the ATM can government, there is already a defined coalition at that point in time. However, for other municipalities, we'll be able to have that type of an engagement only after the elections.
Mr. Zungula, thank you very much for your time.
All
right, that was the president of the ATM, Mr. Vuyolwethu, saying everything that he has tabled in his manifesto is something that is doable, and they're going to make sure that even when they are voted into power, these are some of the things that they are going to bring forward as the party. But with me now, I do have Nombulelo, who's a community member, and I want to just ask manifesto namhlanje.
Okay, imanifesto namhlanje sive kamnandi, i-ATM siyayiva izosiphumelelisa, and then ke ngoku sizophangela, asiphangeli silulutsha, asifundanga, but sesivuyela ubana sizofumana imisebenzi. Mna ndiphuma kumhlaba wase-Enoch Mgijima eQueenstown. So sive kamnandi silulutsha sisonke, sizophumelela, sophangela, izothatha amalungelo wethu ATM. Sibone sibahle sibenzena sivotela i-ATM sonwabe kube mnandi sifumane amalungelo wethu kube mnandi kube njeya.
Zeziphi ezinto mhlawumbe eninothanda ukuzibona zilungiswa ngoba kaloku nineengxaki zezindlu, nineengxaki zendlela, nineengxaki zamanzi, nineengxaki zemibane. Zeziphi ezinye izinto nicinga uba i-ATM funeka iqale ngazo mhlawumbe?
I-ATM xa inoqala isinika umsebenzi siphangele, izindlu ezinye ziyavuza, kukho abantu abakho amanzi emingxunyeni emilanjeni apho kusela khona neenkomo kusela khona neegusha, mhlawumbi washingi but laa manzi lawo kwaphinde kwawathathe kwahambe kwawasela. So ke ngoku sinamhlanje i-ATM izosinceda kunjalo kunamhlanje.
Orathi kokugqibela kasisi, ungathi ke ngoku wena uyavuya mhlawumbe uyakwamkela lo myalezo endithena ufumana namhlanje from i-ATM?
Siyavuya namhlanje sifumana umyalezo we-ATM, sizophangelani guys, sizophumelela, ilizwe lizobuyela kuthi ezandleni, siliphethe ngendlela efuneka siliphethe ngalo, singalilahli ithemba uThixo ukhona unathi.
Orathi ke mandibulela ke sisi wam ngexesha lakho. All right, that was Nombulelo, who's one of the community members, who's saying she's very much hopeful that now that the ATM has tabled this manifesto, they as the youth are going to be able now to find jobs and be the people that can present their communities. Back to you in studio.
Xolani, thank you so much for that wrap. Of course, jubilation after that manifesto has concluded Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. Now, I mean, we look at how happy those people seemingly are, but the words of the community member that Xolani Sichinga, our reporter who is out in the Eastern Cape, they bring so much hope, you know, but they cut very deep, because I think there are words that are shared by a number of communities across South Africa. She says she's very hopeful that, you know, with these coming elections, that they will get jobs. She says at the top of their list are jobs, and she came all the way from Queenstown to come to listen to that manifesto. Very